Hello, everyone. Welcome to the market simulation call for fall 2022 release. My name is Anshuman Vaidya, and today is August 25th, 2022. These calls and webinars are recorded for stakeholder convenience, allowing those who are unable to attend to listen to the recordings after the meetings. The recordings will be publicly available on the ISO webpage for a limited time following the meetings. The recordings and any related transcription should not be reprinted without the ISO permission. We'll follow the following agenda today. We'll talk about Mapstage Availability, Mapstage Connectivity Testing Timelines for Fall 2022 release. We'll talk about the market simulation initiatives and timelines for this release. We talk about the settlements calendar and the location for it. We'll talk about the registration details again, and then we'll talk about the system interface changes for this release. And then we'll deep dive into different initiatives and look for any questions from market participants, and then we'll talk about next steps. You can always log into portalmap.kaiser.com to get up-to-date Mapstage availability information. Currently, we have some upcoming scheduled maintenance in Mapstage on 26th of August in the morning time, 8 to 9 a.m. We'll have OMS UI and API. And then on 2nd of September, we'll have a master file UI and API maintenance. Anybody has any questions regarding Mapstage availability? All right, moving on. For Mapstage connectivity testing, we started on 22nd. We're going to continue it till 29th of this month. Currently, we're testing for connectivity testing ALS application. You can check the submit and retrieve for SCVER forecast. And upcoming, we can check connectivity for master file starting 9/6. CMRI 15th of September and OSS on 15th of September. Anybody has any questions regarding the connectivity testing timelines?
Hi, Anshuman. Good afternoon. This is Chen Yu from PG&E. I don't know if in the later slide you're going to share the ALFS and how we going to get the provision to be able to access to that.
Thank you for the question, Chen Yu. I'm not sure. Let me check with Trang. Trang, would you have more information regarding that?
Hello. So we don't have that in this presentation, Chen Yu. So we have two different provisioning items, one for this ALS and then another one for CMRI coming up that we'll need to prepare, but it's not here yet. So at this point, I recommend maybe just seeing if you can access the service, even though, again, you'll get an error for access denied, and then we will add to the presentation the guidance for provisioning the ALS and CMRI roles.
Thank you, Trang. Any other questions? Can you please say that again? I'm sorry, we didn't hear it.
Yeah, that's good.
We're getting some feedback. Can you please mute if you're not talking? All right, so if there are no further questions, we can move on. So for market simulation initiatives and their timelines, currently we have moved the start date of market simulation for hybrid resource phase V from 9/5 to 20th of September. And rest of the dates are same as presented earlier. Anybody has any questions regarding these timelines? One more thing I would like to add is we're extending the market simulation timelines, the ending date for it, and we have moved it to 14th of October, just to facilitate the enough time for market participants to test these functionalities. Any questions regarding timelines? Right, moving on. And as I mentioned earlier in the previous meetings that we have the 7 months calendar here, and it's posted on the release planning website with the link provided down below. Please use that link to verify which dates are available for settlements. Any questions regarding these dates? All right, moving on. For registration details, as I mentioned, we had the registration details till August 12, but we are still open and ready to accommodate for any late registrations. We'll do our best to make sure that all your resources are available for your testing. Any questions regarding registration? All right, moving on. And now we have system interface changes, and I'll invite Trang to let us know if there are any updates on these.
Thanks, Anshman. So the Mapstage availability date should be populated now for most of these to reflect what we presented in the beginning of the slide. So I'll highlight the changes here. For master file, the Mapstage availability of that is now September 6th, which is that Tuesday. And that's following the maintenance on that Friday the 2nd. And then if we go to the next slide, Anshman, please. The changes here for reporting, you'll see that for CMRI for hybrid, we do plan to have those changes available by September 19th. For CMRI, the backend changes or the data changes, I guess, for CMRI for FRP are planned to be available by September 15th. And then for OASIS, that follows that pattern as well, where for hybrid OASIS, we plan to have the changes available by September 19th for the start of the market sim for hybrid. And then for OASIS, we do expect the changes for FRP to be available by September 15th, the start of that FRP market simulation. So those are the updates here. I'll be happy to take any additional questions or comments.
All right, thank you, Trang. I don't hear any other questions regarding this. Moving on. For central procurement entity, we are keeping the timeline for market simulation testing from 19th of September to 30th of September, and the structured scenario will be performed on 22nd. We have the scenarios document published at the following link available here, and it was published recently, so please go ahead and take a look at it. Anybody has any other questions regarding this project? All right, moving on. For flexible ramping product deliverability, we're extending the timeline for testing till 14th of October, and we're planning to do scenarios on 20th of September. The scenario document is available in the link below. Anybody has any questions regarding this project? All right, moving on. For hybrid resources phase 2B, again, we're extending the testing timeline till 14th of October, and we'll run the scenarios on 20th of September, and the scenarios documents are available at the link below.
And Anshman, may I add one thing for hybrid resources, please?
Please go ahead.
Okay, so actually a couple of things. One is a reminder that we thank you for your participation in the hybrid resources training that occurred on August 18th. That training presentation is published on the release planning page as well as the Learning Center. And then also we did mention the revision of the BRS to version 1.5. That is published as of today on the release planning page to reflect, again, additional scope that moved from this fall 2B implementation into 2C, as well as potentially other changes. So for those that are participating in hybrid or impacted by that, please do refer to the BRS 1.5 that's available for your review, and then submit any questions or comments that you may have for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Trang, for the update. Anybody has any questions?
Yeah, this is Ann from PG&E. When will we see the dummy hybrid resource IDs you are setting up for us? It will be before 9/19, won't it? I'm trying to get it. I just want a date because we have to set up our own internal systems, and I can't see scenario testing 1 day in advance if I do not know what hybrid resources you set up for us.
Right. So, and the prerequisite to get the data set up is going to be having the master file code promoted to Mapstage, and that code promotion is planned for September 2nd. And so we anticipate that, and we plan to set up the data following that deployment. So our plan is to have that data set up the week of the 6th.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Ann.
Thank you, Trang and Ann. Any other questions regarding this project? All right, moving on. The last project we have for this release is Reliability Demand Resource Response Phase 2. And again, the testing timeline for this project has been moved till October 14th. We're planning to perform the scenarios on 19th. The scenarios document is available at the following link. Anybody has any questions regarding this project?
Hey, Anshuman, this is Isaac with SC. So I don't think you can run the hybrid resource phase 2B and the RDRR scenarios on the same day, right? So you're gonna have to stagger that.
We haven't discussed the further dates on these two projects running in parallel. Most of them are guided unstructured scenarios, but I can see that you might have an issue running both the scenarios together. So I can definitely look at dates and maybe extend one of the project to a different date.
Thank you.
Thank you for that question, Isaac. Anybody has any other concerns?
Hi, Inchman. This is Chen-Yu from PG&E. So we also assume that not only the trade day and maybe some hours, you're going to nail down in the scenario where the emergency condition is going to occur.
That is correct, Chen-Yu. And we would have that information after we have done our internal testing. And I would give you those timings of hours of the day when we would create those situations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? All right, moving on. Well, that's all I had for today's conference. The next one is scheduled on 29th of August at 2 p.m. And I'll invite if anybody has any other questions related to these projects or any other CD tickets that I can help escalate.
Hi, Anshman. This is, go ahead,
You
Isaac.
go first.
Oh, okay. I just, a simple request. I know that this slides, we've been referring to it. And can you please, I'm not able to find the, the posting of the presentations on this website. I know I have to, I did ask you to share, but can you please post all these presentations under the fall release so we can refer to it? I hope
Definitely, Chen-Yu. We can definitely do that. And you should, those last two meetings, presentations were posted on? Okay, Perfect. So
No.
yeah, this one will be posted as soon as possible.
I don't think the last two was posted. I reached out to you and Trang for that.
Right.
I mean,
I'm just saying that they're available now.
okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Ashman, I have a couple of issues that's not related to the fall simulation, but I was hoping you can follow up on those for me.
Sure, definitely.
And the first one is related to the API interface for the retrieve energy bids that's related to the price ceiling table. Our information is that that Kaito has implemented that into production environment, but we are having some issues accessing that information. It turned out to be a similar kind of issue that we ran into during Mapstage. So I was hoping that and I sent in the city ticket and an issue today. I was wondering if you guys can take a look at it and let me know, when it should be done there.
Sure, Isaac. Do you mind sharing the city ticket number with me so that I can pinpoint on the issue?
Sure. I don't have that in front of me. I'll send that to you in a separate in an email.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Second issue is related to the on the recent TUG calls. There were mention of the AUP limit changes that's upcoming in the future. I'm trying to correspond coordinate a meeting between our side and the SMEs that's responsible for that. We have some concerns and questions, follow-up questions that we would like to ask. Just it may result in some changes that we have to make on our end. So we would just like to get a better understanding of what Kaito's planning to do. So I was wondering if you can follow up with the SME on that and provide some availability for a meeting.
Definitely, Isaac. Let me talk to the SMEs and set up this meeting so that we can facilitate with the facilitate the discussion for this AUP limit changes.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Edgman and Isaac. I have a request. Can you guys keep me in the loop for the API for the energy bid? Is that the FERC order 831 one?
Yes, it is. I will keep you in the loop. Definitely.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we would like to know what issue you encounter too. And then I didn't know that has deployed to production. Thank you.
Will do, Junyu. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining the call. We'll see you back again on August 29th.